Hello, today is July 14th, 2010, and despite the immaculate condition of the residence from which I speak to you today, despite those appearances, this is not the next installment in your good housekeeping or floor vacuuming expertise series, because of that I have none. However, what I do know something about is MERS and the non-documentation loans which have afflicted this great country of ours in so many ways. When I was last with you, I was embroiled in litigation against David J. Stern as counsel for one of these nomenclatural, nonsensical nobodies, aka city mortgage, or whatever name they want to use. I had discovered that there was a discrepancy between the signature of a notary on various assignments prepared by the Stern firm, and I was permitted to take the deposition of Cheryl Salmons, the person who executed the wonderful assignment as Assistant Secretary, as well as the deposition of Shannon Smith, our esteemed and highly principled notarist. Well, what Cheryl Salmons didn't know is that I had a copy of her deposition taken in a similar case by another attorney a year earlier, and she proceeded to answer all of the questions differently. Well, that is an exaggeration, not all of them, but most, and several very important ones, such as whether she read these assignments, thousands, that she signed, purportedly as Assistant Secretary for MERS. When she was first questioned, she admitted that she didn't read any of them. When I questioned her, she testified under oath that she read all of them carefully. I think her deposition is fascinating, and actually has been some sort of technological error, imagine that, in installment 2 of this series. So on one version it got cut off before I got to the part at which I read Ms. Salmons' testimony, so for that reason I will go ahead and give you some of that. Let's just start with Cheryl Salmons instead of Shannon Smith, and it was quite a good time. Before the deposition I had gotten from outside counsel affidavits of Cheryl Salmons and Shannon Smith purporting to explain the highly irregular differences in Shannon Smith's signature on various occasions. She blessed us with that. So when you have people that are not telling the truth, the more sworn statements you give in writing, happier you're usually going to end up being when you're the honest guy. And I felt that things ended up pretty well here. I hope you'll agree. So, as I sort through this ridiculous mountain of paperwork, Ms. Salmons testified in the other deposition that she worked for the Stern's firm, worked for Mr. Stern for 14 years. She testified that she was spending as of May 20th, 2009, about 2 hours executing affidavits and assignments relating to MERS. More than 100 a day, but definitely not more than 1 million, she said. She was asked, how much time do you spend examining each document before you sign them? Her answer, very little. Do you read the documents? No. Now, note she was signing on behalf of our good friend MERS. So the attorney wanted to know what exactly was her role with MERS. The question was, you have no job duties as Assistant Secretary of MERS, correct? I do not have any job duties other than signing the mortgage and assignments. Does that help? Yes, here I'll rephrase this. Do you attend any board meetings at MERS? No, sir. Do you attend any meetings at all at MERS? No, sir. Do you report to the Secretary of MERS? Remember, she's the Assistant Secretary. No, sir. Who is the Secretary of MERS? I have no idea. Where are the MERS offices located? I can't remember. Do you have any vote or say in any corporate decisions of MERS? No. Mind you, she's signing assignments all day, every day pretty much, from MERS to various sham entities to facilitate really fraudulent foreclosures. Do you have any MERS employees to report to you? No, sir. Where are the MERS offices located? Sorry if I already told you that one. I can't remember. How many offices do they have? I have no idea. Do you know where their headquarters are? No. Have you ever been there? No. How many employees do they have? I have no idea. She's not the only person that was signing these bogus assignments. I mentioned to you that we had a nice affidavit from Shannon Smith, and I was able to ask her something about that. Hotel organization is also not my championship skill set. When I took Ms. Salmon's deposition, she testified about the assignment at issue in the case that she was the person with the most knowledge about it, that nobody else would know more than her as far as the statements contained in the assignment. One such statement to which I'm referring would be, the statement routinely contained in such instruments that the assignment was made in exchange for a good and valuable consideration, including $1. One interesting thing, and I'm very disorganized here, but one interesting thing was I asked Ms. Salmon, you see where it says for $1 and other good and valuable consideration? That was the beginning of the question. She had just testified that at the time she signed it, Stern was representing MERS and City Mortgage Inc., both sides of the transaction. So since Ms. Salmon, as Assistant Secretary, had executed the document and was the person with the most knowledge, I asked her that. Did you pay that $1 or did you receive that $1? She stated that she had no information about any money or other item of value, also known as consideration, changing hands. And I'm probably out of time for this 10-minute segment. I'll be back soon. See ya.